Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So you guys might already know about this. I knew about it like a couple weeks ago, but then I was told it was nerfed, so I never tried it. I think it did get nerfed, but it's still insane. Okay, so you can level someone from level 60 to level 70 in less than 2 hours, and I'm not playing. It's insane XP. Like, holy crap! I just did this with my monk. Started with my pally and now my hunter. You got to try it out, seriously. It's super fun, and it's a different way to level some alts if you're an altaholic like me. So I'm gonna go through like where you need to go, what you need to do, and just some tips for doing it. So let's get into it. All right, so where you need to go into obviously Dragon Isles. Azure Span, if you guys don't already know, Cobalt Assembly, if you've never been here, if you're new or anything like that. It's right over here. It's where a bunch of elites are and all that, but this is exactly where you're gonna go. It's just basically around this whole, like all these like looking pillars thing here. There's a bunch of mobs. They spawn pretty fast too, but it's super easy to do. But when you're not max level, you will get one shot. So you can see here that these guys are level 70. But your goal actually is to just tag the mobs. You just need to tag them once, and then you'll get XP. I mean, it's kind of insane how much XP you get. With rested XP, you're getting 3,600 XP a mob. And then with non-rested XP, you can see right there, 3,600 XP. And then with non-rested XP, you're still getting 1,900 a mob. So really, you can get basically a level in like, I don't know, 15 minutes, probably less, depending on the how big of groups you have. So all we do is we just go around, we follow these guys wherever they're going. Usually they'll try to grab, you know, big mobs or something like that. And we'll follow them around. We'll tag them up while they're killing them. We're gonna get XP. So this guy's gonna pull, so I'm gonna tag this guy, I'm gonna tag this guy, and I'm just going around. All you need to do is, like, seriously, just tag them once. So a lot easier with ranged classes for sure. And the big thing here is you want to kite, or not kite, but like don't get hit by anything on the ground. I mean, seriously, these guys will one-shot you. It's kind of insane. Like, it's so wild how much damage they do. Right there, see? Perfect example of what not to do. A quick tip, this is super helpful too. If you come here for some reason and there is nobody in your instance, like you can't see any other players, there's nobody farming this stuff, what you can do is you can go into Group Finder, Dungeons and Raids, obviously, pre-made groups, custom. You can find a group if you want, but probably nobody's going to accept you because you're not level 70. For the Cobalt, you know, so you'll see Cobalt war mode off or war mode on, whatever. You can try to join those, but what's better usually is if you start a group, you type in, you know, Cobalt, war mode on, war mode off, and then you invite a bunch of level 70s, and then once they join, you leave the group. They're now saved in your instance, and you can actually do that 2 or 3 times, and then you got this big group going. Obviously, it's much faster level, much more efficient, but that's a really big thing. Another quick tip here, you want to make sure you have war mode off. It's not worth the 10% XP like buff that you get if the other faction's just killing you over and over again. And with how many people doing this like Cobalt, you know, farm still with war mode on, war mode off, whatever, there's just so many people doing it. So I would highly suggest turning this off, just more efficient if you're dying less, obviously, and if both factions can tag the mobs and then they're dying faster anyways, you know what I mean? Once you're doing this too, if you've done this level 70, usually you have these orbs of power you'll see right next to that druid over here. That will like give you an extra power or something like that. These don't actually become available until level 68. So once, you know, level 68 and 69, when you level in those, you can use these powers. Really helpful. They give you some big buffs, some DPS stuff, some extra health, immunity from like dying or whatever. So they're insane to use, but you can't use them until level 68. A lot of people don't know that, so now you know. More tips, okay, here. So like I've already mentioned, dodge everything, because holy crap, you will die. Playing range classes or using long range abilities will help a lot. Obviously my hunter's easy to do. It's like most of it's ranged, right, obviously, but my Windwalker Monk was a little more difficult. I used Kraken Lightning like crazy. That was my best friend during all this whole period, because it's like almost your only ranged ability. But yeah, so if you're playing melee classes, try to use ranged abilities. If you are up in melee range, you just gotta be super hyper aware. Don't stand in stuff, because you will die. Another tip, you can come in here at level 50 if you get summoned by some friends and do the same thing. So you level insanely fast. I think you can probably level from 50 to 60 in like maybe an hour or something like that. So you can use like dungeon stones to summon a friend if you have something like that. Maybe even pay somebody to do it or ask somebody to summon you, or Warlock Gate, obviously, to get over here, and then you can farm it level 50. get an insane amount of XP. It's kind of wild. Then again, I'll restate, turn war mode off because you'll just die over and over again from the other faction. Not worth the extra XP you get. And then if you are in a group, you lose out on a ton of XP. So, you know, do this solo, tag the mobs up, let the level 70s just smack them down. So, super efficient way, guys, to level up. I've actually really enjoyed it. It's been different than just dungeon grinding, PvP, World Quest, campaign, all that stuff. So, it's a little bit different. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to hit that like button and the subscribe button. We're so close to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. You guys have been amazing with the support on the channel. I appreciate it so much. I love you guys. Until next